My next guest, I mentioned a few minutes ago, is the CEO of WNS Holdings. Let's bring up Holdings so we can take a look. I mentioned they had earnings the other day. Keshav Murugesh is the CEO, and joining me now on PreMarket Prep. Keshav, good morning, or wherever you are, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Spencer. Great to be here. And it's evening for me in Mumbai.
All right, great. Good evening for you in Mumbai. Good morning here on the East Coast of the U.S. So WNS Holdings, first, let's start overall. Explain the business, and then I have some questions about returning to work for you.
Sure. So, WNS Global is actually a company in the business transformation area. So what we do is we leverage great people, great technology, unique business practices, and we actually take charge of our clients' back office as well as middle offices and provide operational support to clients across the globe. We operate from 13 countries, 61 development centers, and as of yesterday, we had close to 47,000 people operating across the globe. Just a little bit of history. This company originally came out of British Airways many years ago, but today our biggest vertical is insurance, followed by travel, and then we provide services across 5 or 6 other areas, including healthcare. So, we've been in the space for close to 25 years. And I must say, we think that we are the leader of the industry, delivering the highest revenue growth, margin growth, as well as very, very strong cash flows for our shareholders.
So I mentioned the earnings report. You reported the other day revenue $252 million, up about 22% from last year. I'm more interested though in the 2019 comps, because last year was, as we know, was a huge anomaly. So how do those numbers stack up to 2019?
Yeah, so I'll tell you. So the key is, with COVID in 2020, obviously we saw an impact. But when we went into the year, Spencer, we assumed, because clients could not actually provide any guidance in terms of what their volumes were going to be, that the overall revenue decline would be significant. But guess what? Based on the way WNS operated, the way we quickly pivoted our business model to one that was essentially from office to one where predominantly we work from home. And the way we came back in terms of co-creating solutions for our clients, we actually ended the year with just about 3% decline in terms of revenues compared to 2019. Now, from there, if you look at where we are, as of first quarter, we're actually up 21% in terms of revenues, or 22%. Profits are up close to 80%. Most importantly, operating margins are back at 20.8%. As I mentioned, we are the industry leader. Solid cash flow, strong balance sheet, and things are coming back extremely well for us.
So when do you expect to be back to those pre-pandemic levels?
Well, we already are back at those levels, Spencer. Like I mentioned, last year was just a 3% constant currency kind of reduction.
Yeah.
This year, we have guided yesterday to 11% growth at the midpoint of our guidance. So we are back to growth. There's a lot of excitement. As far as the sector is concerned, WNS is performing very well, and our sales pipeline has never been as healthy as it is today.
So we talk about businesses coming or offices coming back online and workers returning to the office. How does that trend or lack thereof impact your business? Whether it's everybody coming back in 5 days a week, or hybrid, or people staying remote full time. Regardless, how does each of those avenues impact a company like yours?
Great. So let's look first from the point of view of our clients.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, most of them have had shrinking volumes in the last year, and we're now seeing the US start to come back extremely well. We're seeing parts of Europe start to come back very well. But most importantly, I think every sector and every client in those sectors are actually looking at transforming their business models such that, as opposed to having physical contact kind of models, they're looking much more to leverage great people, technology, transformative kind of solutions. and the ability to get things done on, on an iPad or a phone or whatever. So touchless models is becoming the new norm. Whether you look at the insurance business, where self-service portals have now taken off in a big way. You look at banking, it's all about digital models and payment models. You look at the airline business, I mean, it's all technology-led, with OTAs now driving the future of that business. So every model, including the most traditional models, are being transformed by the need for clients to automate, to digitally transform themselves, and to have partners that work with them who understand their business extremely well. And that's where WNS comes in. So from our point of view, when the pandemic broke out, obviously we moved, the bulk of our people to their homes and, continued operating. But most importantly, we co-created solutions in such a way that clients were extremely comfortable. Remember, we handle, very, very sensitive data, and therefore having very strong cyber security kind of solutions in a remote environment is critical. And fast forward a year, and we've actually created so much of comfort in the minds of our clients that today we are talking about a potential distributed, workforce model, where first and foremost, WNS is the first to have spoken about a hub, spoke, and an edge model. So we're actually saying that while today hardly 15% of our global workforce actually operates from the office, we actually expect that the hub will be the office. The spoke will be connecting centers that we will create in between, so that employees can interact with each other when they're not at home and they want to visit an office. And the edge is the work from home kind of model that I keep speaking about. And I think this kind of model, along with the changes we are making with the help of progressive governments across the globe, who are now relaxing rules such that telecom solutions are available to us, such that other kind of relaxations are available, so that people can work from home, as well as the fact that we have dramatically transformed and changed our HR philosophies, our comp and benefits strategies, such that people can really work from home and stay integrated into this business. I can tell you that clients love it, at this point in time. But from a longer term point of view, for WNS, we would like to have more of our people, as things normalize, come back to the office, because we believe that that's what helps drive our culture. Most importantly, I think those coffee table talks and those water cooler talks actually helped to drive innovation. So we're looking to see when things normalize, and we would like to have more of our people back in the office ultimately.
You have clients on every major continent across most of the major industries. I'm curious, based on what you've seen from your clients, which economies, which markets have come online quicker than others, or slower, or the other side of that coin, lagging the rest of the pack?
Well, great question, Spencer. I mean, it's the US that has come back. North America has come back the fastest. I mean, and I think it's all a function of the pace with which vaccinations, were deployed. And in fact, I think that's given a lot of confidence. You can see travel, for example, has shot through the roof. At this point in time, we are scrambling to get people in place to meet the renewed demand, because we actually think, we've coined a new phrase here, we call it revenge tourism. We're actually seeing people in the US and in fact parts of Europe who've been locked up at home for the last year or so want to get out and get holidays in. So, airplanes are packed, hotel rooms are packed, hotel and rates are through the roof. And so, as I mentioned earlier, it's the US that has come back the fastest, and it's coming across all sectors. We're seeing it, very, very well in the travel side as well. But every sector is actually moving. We're seeing it in Europe, and over a period of time, as vaccinations get deployed well across other countries as well, we would expect a slow return to normalcy there as well.
So what industries have lagged?
Okay, from a lag point of view, I would say that it's probably travel, because now while travel in certain sectors have come back, the reality of life is even for us, though we are seeing lots of new volume coming in, as of last quarter and results we declared yesterday, we are still 25% below the peak that we saw pre-COVID, which means we need to have more of the intercontinental travel take off. That's not happening yet. We need to have the health passports being agreed to between countries. We need to have the cruise ships starting to sail again, and we need to have clients from across the globe now post-vaccination have the comfort and the confidence to travel and start spending their money in this area. So I would say that that's the one vertical that still has a lot of hope for us as of now. I would also say that the insurance vertical at this point in time is still slow in terms of picking up. But what I'm seeing is all of them are moving to digital first models as opposed to the traditional model where you met with an insurance agent or whatever. It's all about self-service portals. It's all about cloud-based portals. And I think there is a transformation taking place in that business, which is going to very positively impact clients across the globe over a period of time.
Do you have an estimate for when you expect those laggards, whether it's the airlines or insurance, to be back to where they were? The CEO of Delta Airlines said he expected 95% return to pre-COVID business travel by the end of the year, which seems high. But I'm curious where you are on that, as far as when you expect these industries that have been slower to come back to finally get back.
Look, Spencer, I think what I can tell you is from our point of view, we are preparing well. So we are hiring people. Like I mentioned, we've hired 3,000 new people in last quarter alone globally. And we are training these people. We are getting ready. We are investing in sales and marketing. We're investing in the whole digital transformation space. We are enabling our clients in terms of very innovative new models that they can engage with us. But the reality of life is we're also dealing with a pandemic of a scale that the world has actually never seen before. So I'm delighted to see that some of the CEOs of the large airlines are so bullish. And if they are, and if it comes back, I can tell you that our guidance will be busted easily.
All right. Keshav Murugesh is the CEO of WNS Holdings, ticker WNS. There it is. Oh, there it is up on the screen. Keshav, thank you so much for joining us. Have a good rest of your day and have a good weekend.
Thank you, Spence.
All right.